Hello, welcome back to our channel. Today, you will delve into the heartbreaking news surrounding beloved Days of Our Lives star Suzanne Rogers and her courageous battle with cancer, while also examining the mysterious pattern of cancer diagnoses that have affected the DOL family over the decades. The legendary actress, who has graced our screens for an extraordinary 52 years as the iconic Maggie Horton-Kyriakis, recently revealed her stage 2 colorectal cancer diagnosis that shocked both fans and the soap opera community. This revelation has sparked conversations about the alarming number of Days of Our Lives cast members who have faced similar battles, leaving many to wonder about the strange coincidence that has touched so many lives within this beloved television family. Suzanne Rogers' shocking diagnosis. The 82-year-old actress, whose career spans more than 5 decades on NBC Peacock soap opera, first sensed that something wasn't quite right with her health during the spring of 2025. Having maintained a consistent routine of colonoscopies throughout her life, Rogers trusted her instincts and immediately contacted her physician when she felt an unusual concern about her well-being. Her doctor ordered another colonoscopy despite her regular screening history, and the results raised immediate red flags that would change the course of her summer entirely. The surgeon who reviewed her test results wasted no time in ordering a comprehensive series of additional examinations, including an MRI scan, a PET scan, and ultimately a biopsy to determine the exact nature of what they had discovered. Rogers described the moment when her doctor uttered those 3 devastating diagnostic tests as the instant she knew her life was about to take an unexpected turn. After undergoing these extensive medical procedures, the results confirmed what she had feared: stage 2 colorectal cancer had taken root in her body. The physician's words echoed in her mind as he delivered the news with urgency: "You have cancer, and you have to start treatment." For several days afterward, Rogers found herself in a state of complete shock and disbelief, struggling to reconcile this diagnosis with the healthy lifestyle she had always maintained. However, her doctor provided a glimmer of hope amidst the devastating news, reassuring her that catching the cancer at this stage meant they had discovered it in time for effective treatment. The grueling treatment journey. Just 3 days after completing her final filming day for Days of Our Lives on June 13, 2025, Suzanne Rogers embarked on one of the most challenging journeys of her life. The timing proved to be both fortunate and strategic, as the show had entered its scheduled summer hiatus, allowing Rogers to undergo treatment without having to explain her absence to the millions of devoted fans who had watched her portray Maggie for over half a century. Beginning on June 16th, Rogers commenced an intensive 6-week regimen that combined daily radiation therapy with chemotherapy treatments, a demanding schedule that would test her physical and emotional resilience. The treatment protocol required her presence at medical facilities 5 days each week, Monday through Friday, with only Saturdays and Sundays providing brief respite from the endless doctor appointments and clinical procedures. Rogers candidly admitted that the experience was extraordinarily tough, both physically and mentally, as she watched the calendar count down the weeks of treatment ahead. The weekends became sacred oases in her grueling schedule, cherished moments when she could temporarily escape the sterile environments of hospitals and treatment centers that had become her daily reality. By the time she reached the end of her treatment protocol on July 31, 2025, Rogers had endured 30 days of combined radiation and chemotherapy sessions that had drained her energy, but not her spirit. Despite the severity of her treatment, Rogers managed to maintain her signature red hair throughout the entire ordeal, a small victory that she celebrated as a symbol of her resilience and determination. Support from the Dual family. Throughout this terrifying ordeal, Suzanne Rogers discovered that while she had no immediate family members residing in Los Angeles to provide daily support, she was far from alone in her battle. Her close friend Suni Osterman stood by her side as a constant source of comfort and practical assistance during the most difficult moments. However, it was her Days of Our Lives family that truly demonstrated the depth of their bonds, transforming from colleagues into genuine caretakers and emotional anchors. Lindsay Godfrey, who portrays Rogers' on-screen daughter Sarah Horton-Kyriakis, proved to be an invaluable source of strength and understanding. Having survived her own cancer battle with Hodgkin's lymphoma back in 2006 when she was just 18 years old, Godfrey's personal experience with cancer made her uniquely qualified to provide the kind of support Rogers needed during the darkest moments of treatment. The younger actress accompanied Rogers to numerous infusion appointments, literally holding her hand throughout the entire chemotherapy process, offering both physical comfort and the reassurance that comes from someone who has walked the same terrifying path. Paul Telfer, who plays Xander Kyriakis and serves as Rogers' on-screen son-in-law, also stepped up in remarkable ways, ensuring that Rogers never had to face a meal alone during her treatment journey. The executive leadership of Days of Our Lives, including executive producer Ken Corday and co-executive producer Noel Maxim, maintained regular check-in phone calls to monitor Rogers' progress and provide encouragement. Additional cast members including Greg Reichart, Leo Stark, Mary Beth Evans, Kayla Johnson, and Stephen Nichols, Steve Johnson also reached out regularly with messages of support and offers of assistance. Rogers reflected on this overwhelming display of care and concern, noting that whenever she had to visit doctors for particularly frightening appointments, one of her co-stars would volunteer to accompany her, recognizing that once medical professionals mention the word cancer, patients often struggle to process any additional information being shared. This remarkable network of support led Rogers to express profound gratitude for her television family, stating, "I knew I could count on them, so it was a lovely experience. We really feel like a family." The pattern of cancer in DO All-Stars. The revelation of Suzanne Rogers' cancer diagnosis has illuminated a disturbing pattern that has emerged over the decades within the Days of Our Lives cast, raising questions about why so many actors from this particular soap opera have faced cancer battles. Lindsay Godfrey's journey with Hodgkin's lymphoma began in 2006 when she was visiting family in Tallahassee, receiving a diagnosis that would derail her burgeoning acting career for approximately 2 years. The then-teenage actress underwent 12 rounds of chemotherapy over the course of 6 months, making the courageous decision to shave her head on her 18th birthday as her hair began falling out from the treatments. Godfrey found solace in horseback riding and spending extensive time at the beach, embracing her mother's philosophy that the ocean possesses healing powers for both body and soul. She was declared cancer-free in January 2007 and celebrated her 4th year in remission in 2019, eventually getting a survivor ribbon tattooed on the back of her neck as a permanent reminder of her victory over the disease. The legendary Joseph Mascolo, who brought the iconic villain Stefano de Mera to life from 1982 through 2016, faced a different but equally devastating diagnosis in his later years. While Mascolo's on-screen character survived countless supposed deaths and dramatic resurrections, the actor himself battled Alzheimer's disease, which slowly robbed him of his memory and cognitive functions. The disease made it increasingly difficult for Mascolo to continue performing the complex role he had embodied for over 3 decades. Though he remained devoted to his fans and made final appearances as Stefano with remarkable dignity and grace despite his declining condition. Mascolo passed away on December 8, 2016, at the age of 87, after years of courageously fighting the neurodegenerative disease that had stolen so much from him. Days of Our Lives executive producer Ken Corday eulogized Mascolo by highlighting his larger-than-life presence, kind heart, and unwavering positivity that had impacted everyone for decades and would live on in the memories of countless fans. More dual stars lost to illness. Peggy McKay, who portrayed the beloved matriarch Caroline Brady from 1983 until her final appearances, never publicly battled cancer but faced her own health challenges in her later years before passing away from natural causes on October 7, 2018, at the age of 90. McKay's portrayal of Caroline was imbued with a strength and warmth that made her a cherished figure both on screen and off. Though her personal life was marked by loneliness as she never married or had children, often saying her characters were like the family she never had. Frank Parker, who played Grandpa Sean Brady on Days of Our Lives from 1983 until his retirement in 2008, died on September 16, 2018, in Vacaville, California, at the age of 79 from complications of Parkinson's disease and dementia. Parker's character was given a hero's exit from the show, dying on a sabotaged airplane after giving up his oxygen mask to save his son, Bo Brady, portrayed by Peter Reckell. The accumulation of these tragic health battles among Days of Our Lives cast members has led to speculation and concern within the soap opera community about whether there might be environmental factors or simply unfortunate coincidences at play. While there is no scientific evidence linking soap opera work to increased cancer risk, The emotional weight of seeing so many beloved colleagues face life-threatening illnesses has created a somber awareness among current and former cast members. The close-knit nature of the Days of Our Lives family means that each diagnosis sends ripples of concern and grief throughout the entire production, bonding cast members even more tightly as they rally around those fighting for their lives. This pattern has also increased awareness among DOL actors about the importance of regular health screenings and trusting their instincts when something feels wrong with their bodies. Rogers' triumphant recovery and return. After completing her intensive treatment regimen on July 31, 2025, Suzanne Rogers entered a recovery period that brought cautiously optimistic news from her medical team. The combination of radiation and chemotherapy had successfully targeted the stage 2 colorectal cancer, and Rogers began the process of rebuilding her strength and energy after the physically depleting 6-week treatment protocol. By late October 2025, Rogers was feeling really good and preparing to return to the Days of Our Lives set for the first time since she stepped away in mid-June. The actress expressed her characteristic dedication to her craft, noting that she remains always anxious to do my very best, emphasizing that this drive stems not from her illness but from her fundamental nature as a performer. Rogers acknowledged the profound nature of her journey, stating, "I know what I've gone through, and I've come out on the other side. That's all I care about." The scheduling realities of soap opera production mean that Maggie Kyriakis' exit from Salem won't be visible to viewers until sometime in 2026, as Days of Our Lives films approximately 10 months ahead of its air dates. This significant lead time also means that Rogers' return to filming will precede her character's reappearance on screen by many months, allowing the production team to craft storylines that can seamlessly explain Maggie's absence and eventual comeback to Salem. Rogers' incredible 52-year legacy on Days of Our Lives, which began when she first appeared as Maggie Horton in 1973, includes a Daytime Emmy Award in 1979 in the Supporting Actress category, cementing her status as one of daytime television's most enduring and beloved performers. Her survival and return stand as a testament to both medical advances in cancer treatment and the power of having a strong support system during life's most challenging battles. The mysterious prevalence of serious health issues among Days of Our Lives cast members remains a sobering reality that has touched multiple generations of actors who have called Salem their fictional home. While Rogers' story now includes a chapter of triumph over cancer, the soap opera community remains vigilant and supportive, knowing that early detection and immediate treatment can make the difference between tragedy and survival. As Rogers prepares to step back onto the Days of Our Lives set, she carries with her not only the physical evidence of her battle but also the emotional bonds forged during her most vulnerable moments, proving that sometimes television families can become just as real and supportive as biological ones.